Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the 20th episode of Pokemon Horizons titled Kabu's Battle Training just dropped. In this episode, our heroes battle against the Fire-type Gym Leader of the Galar region. How does it go? Let's find out. At the end of the last episode, Kabu was in the sweet store where Mitchell and Murdoch were. So when this episode begins, we find out that he's just out here for his morning run and just stopped by quickly for sweets. But before Roy can ask him about the Black Rayquaza, he is gone again, running back towards his gym. Liko and Roy follow him towards the gym, and when they get there, they meet his gym apprentice, Wakaba. She agrees to take them to meet Kabu, and while on their way there, they have a conversation about the type of person Kabu is. We learn that Kabu is someone who's very passionate and is constantly training himself to be better. Once inside, Roy asks him about the shiny Rayquaza and shows Kabu the ancient Pokeball. Roy talks about how much he wants to see it and catch it again, and Liko talks about how much the shiny Rayquaza is responsible for her being where she is, so she wants to know more about it. Seeing their determination, Kabu decides he wants to help train them for battle since Roy wants to catch the Rayquaza. In order to do so, he has them do his gym challenge. Here, it's different from the game, where you have to catch or battle Pokemon. Here, it's Liko versus Roy, and there's a bunch of Litwick around. Liko and Sprigatito have to try and put out all the fires of the Litwick in the arena, while Roy and Fuecoco have to try to get all of them lit up. First to completely get either side done wins. This specific exercise is to train Sprigatito's Leafage and Fuecoco's Ember. At first, the two struggle because they don't really have a strategy of what to do and are just spamming their move. However, soon, Liko understands how to go about it. She changes up how she uses Leafage in order to take out the flames of Litwick. Some are sharp, some are bigger. Roy, on the other hand, just continues to use a barrage of Ember, and eventually, Fuecoco gets exhausted and collapses due to hunger. So they take a break and feed the Pokemon, and here, Roy is inspired by the words of Kabu after his struggles. When the challenge resumes, this time, Roy begins quickly lighting up the Litwick. He has Fuecoco sing and use Ember at the same time, which makes him more powerful. He quickly gains ground and even surpasses Liko's point total. At one point, Liko can stop Roy from winning by continuing to go hard against a group of Litwick that are bunched up, but she doesn't, because she sees how much Fuecoco wants to win. Eventually, Roy wins the challenge. Kabu then wants to battle both of them in a double battle with Wakaba as his partner to see how far they've come. Kabu brings out his Centiskorch, while Wakaba brings out Roly-Poly. We get to see how awesome Centiskorch is here, which makes me really sad because I had hoped that Ash would get a Centiskorch in Journeys. The Centiskorch has Flash Fire, so Ember doesn't do that much damage, and Leafage doesn't do much damage either since it's 4-time resistant to Grass with the type it is. It relentlessly attacks with Flame Wheel and Bug Bite. Even with blinded with Leafage, it's still able to take out both Pokemon with Flamethrower. Liko doesn't know what to do and is getting worried in this situation, but Roy continues to encourage Fuecoco, telling it not to give up. It eventually gets up, and the Ember he's been training the entire episode turns into a Flamethrower, as we get a clash of Flamethrowers between Centiskorch and Fuecoco. But Centiskorch is too strong, and its Flamethrower overpowers Fuecoco, causing Fuecoco to be unable to battle. With Liko being the only one left for her team, Kabu tells Wakaba to take on Liko and her Sprigatito. This will be her battle test, that she hasn't succeeded in yet so far, but she wants to really bad in order to become a gym trainer. It's a short battle here, but Fuecoco has a type advantage here and is stronger. It avoids the Smackdown and Rapid Spin, while continually hitting Roly-Poly with Leafage. Seeing how bad Wakaba wants to win and become a gym trainer, Liko forfeits, giving Wakaba the win. This does the opposite of what Liko thinks will happen, however. Wakaba is upset that Liko is just throwing the match. She says that even if she were to become a gym trainer, doing it this way wouldn't mean much, and she runs away upset. As Kabu tells Liko, by forfeiting like that, Liko undermined the integrity of the battle for both of them. Kabu tells her that even though she's kind, she can't afford to think about other people's feelings during the heat of battle. He asks her how would she feel if she were trying her hardest and then the person she's just going against didn't try at all. Even Sprigatito wanted to continue to battle, and Sprigatito's a bit upset at her. So by doing that, she wasn't just hurting Wakaba's feeling, but also the feeling of her Pokemon. After hearing this, she apologized to Sprigatito before going to find Wakaba. When she gets to where Wakaba is at, they both apologize to each other, Wakaba for yelling at her and Liko for throwing the battle. Wakaba then gives Liko encouragement to do her best in the future and says that she's going to continue to train. Once they're all back, Kabu lets them know about the shiny Rayquaza he saw. He says that he saw it while in his morning runs, and it went to the west of Galar. What's in the west of Motostoke? Galar Mine number 2. So, our heroes will be heading there soon before they go to Hammerlock to meet Liko's grandmother. The episode ends with a bit of additional dialogue that Liko and Kabu had at the end of the episode. Kabu tells her that winning doesn't have to be what makes her a trainer. she can try to find her own path, and that is the end of the episode. This is a strange episode overall. It's good, but it's just a bit strange. It's a training episode with some character development, which is good. However, the character development portion of the episode is a bit strange. Yes, Liko's always been a kind person, but she's never hesitated and stopped in the middle of battles in the past. It feels like that trait kinda came out of nowhere this episode. However, I do understand why. It seems like they're going to have Roy as the more battle-focused of the two, while Liko will do something else. What is it, I'm not sure, but it seems like this episode was to set that idea in motion. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. Roy had much better character development this episode, I thought. His optimistic and persistent nature shines through, while also showing that he's someone who doesn't give up easily. And that sort of positive outlook is rewarded when his Fuecoco learns Flamethrower. Just a few episodes ago, Fuecoco was trying to be like Charizard, and now it seems closer to that goal, which is awesome to see. There wasn't anything much new done with Kabu here. He's shown as a passionate and strong trainer, but besides that, the only other thing we learn is that he's a very mentor-type figure. Regardless, it was fun to see the Galar gym leaders after not being able to see them much in Pokemon Journeys. Hopefully in the future, we get to see more of them that we haven't had a chance to see yet. Overall, this is a solid episode, and this seems to be leading to something new for Liko. I can't wait to see what it ends up becoming. But what did you guys think of the episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming, and that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.